All right, well, welcome. Welcome to Stunthangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter, and I'll be your host this evening. I want to thank you for coming in and tuning in and watching this. I really appreciate it. I hope you're not watching this as a replay, but if you are watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I got a few problems with my screen here. Just a second. Okay. All right. So I'd like to invite you to come back and watch it live if you're not watching it live, because after we do the live stream, we have an after party, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a Stunthangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Now, here at Stunthangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunthangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench. Now, if you're not a member or if you're not logged into Stunthangar, the At the Bench link will not appear. Now, if you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. You must place a space between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunthangar will not approve you. Now, if you're inclined to not come in, but just enjoy watching us on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. Please enter your questions or comments in the chat box over here. I'll do my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show. And I understand sometimes even I can't get a word in myself, so be patient, and I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comments. And by the way, you only can do this during a live stream. So like I said earlier, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So come in then, and you can post your question or post your comment there. And if it's not convenient for you to watch the show, because I know we get started late for some people and very early for others, so come on back and watch the live stream as a replay. Now, if you are a Stunthangar Forum member, I hope you've been enjoying these shows and see and recognize the value of supporting us. Now, if you find the Stunthangar Video Hangouts that I host or the many building videos that Sparky does, plus contest coverage. As a matter of fact, Sparky is right now in Carmichael, Pennsylvania, and I've been watching a number of the videos that he's doing live of the event going on right now. I think the event goes through this weekend. I'm not sure if it ends Saturday or not, but he's there when he could be doing other things like practicing or trimming his plane. He's devoting his time, sacrificing maybe part of his enjoyment so that he can document this event. So please really consider supporting us. Please subscribe to the channel. That won't cost you anything. And if you can't do the monthly subscription of $4.99, then do the super chat, which is located right below the chat box. It's a big $sign, and donate any amount you like. Now, by the way, I'm a member of the Stunthangar YouTube channel memberships. So I have the $4.99 come out of my own checking account. So I'm not asking you to do something I'm not doing myself. Okay, it's like 17 cents a day, and it's like going to Starbucks and getting one of their fancy latte drinks once a month. That's all we ask. Okay. Now, please consider doing that. It's important to support this hobby. I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do. And we have a great show. I know we have a lot of talented people, and we have people who are beginners. So if you're someone in our audience who's just watching us and think, oh, I don't know very much, I don't want to go in here. No, you're wrong. Come on in here. Everyone's welcome to come into the show and join the conversation. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, go to my YouTube channel. This is not my YouTube channel. This is Sparky's YouTube channel. My channel is called Flying Control Line Stunt. That's Flying Control Line Stunt. Like I fly control line stunt planes. That's the name of my channel on YouTube. Locate the 2019 AMA National Championship video, which is a video that Sparky shot with his video camera of me flying his Junar XL. It was orange back then, and it's white now with some orange trim. It's just as beautiful as it was before. And watch me fly. This is me at the Nationals. It's kind of a bucket list item. My first and only time I've been there before, and it was great. So please check out some of the videos I have there. And if you have any comments or questions, that'd be a great place to put them, because I will get a notification and I'll be able to respond to you quickly. I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. Thank you very much. I'm going to now post the link at the Stunthangar forum. Let me go there now and post the link. And hopefully we have some new people come in. And the link is posted. So I hope it's streaming well. I had a little problem getting started, but it looks like I am streaming. I see some people are already in the chat box. Let me do a little thing here real quick. And as you see here, I'm wearing my Brodak shirt. So I'm not there. I wish I was there, but I'm there in spirit. So, and it's I'll tell you, that was one of the best times I ever had flying a stunt ship, was at the at Brodax. The Nats was great, but Brodax is so much fun. So I have in the chat box, I have Tom Rammel. He provided us with a like. Thank you very much, Tom. I see Jack Snavely. He's also a member of our YouTube channel, and I appreciate your support, Jack. And he says, hello, all, and watch some of Brodax. Yeah, fun. He has some airplane stickers. That's true. And Gary Sinclair, he's also a member of our YouTube channel. He has the blue wrench, so he's a monitor of the chat box, so be careful. Tread lightly. You don't want to get smashed or booted out by Gary. And then Marcel Legrand, he says, hi, Charles and everyone. I just got back from a fly, so might do some building and listen to the stunt school. That is a neat way of describing this show. Thank you very much. That's great. So let's see what happens here. I'm hoping we have some guests show up. And let me enlarge the screen here. Oh, good. I have some people here already. Looks like Gary Sinclair is making his way. And Brad Lapointe, you're muted and your camera is not on. Hey, thank you. Thank you for turning it on. Well, I think you might have came in first, Gary. So how you doing, Gary?
You're good.
Great. So obviously you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I believe we are streaming well. So started off a little unorthodox, but we're off and we're cooking with gas. So how about yourself? How you doing, Brad?
Good.
Fantastic. Have you had a chance to do any flying at the bean field?
Yes, a couple of days out. It's been raining since yesterday, and it's cool today and windy.
So
I've been helping.
So when did
I've been helping Len go fly a lot.
Oh, good. So what did you fly when you went flying?
I flew a Cardinal and one of our trick sticks.
Just a profile or a built-up Cardinal?
Just a profile, just a Brodak kit.
Very, very cool. It was a kit. Did you build it?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. That's great. I'm flying a Brodak Cardinal ARF right now. I'm kind of still trimming it out. It's not a new plane. It was a friend that left California, and I gave him a LA-46, and he gave me a Cardinal kit. Cardinal ARF, and I've been flying that. So it's about 15, 16 years old, I believe.
Wow. They get pretty soggy, some of those ARFs, after a few years.
Well, this one has spent most of its life probably in the garage on a rack of some sort. It has been flying all those years.
I had an old Tudor too, ARF, and I lent it to a guy for a year and a half, and he'd give it back. And then I flew it a few more times. I was using it for a test bed for all my, anything from like a 35 up to 46. Even had a 51 on it once. And then I gave it to Stuart a year ago, and he's been using it.
Yes, using it and slightly abusing it. But
Yeah, well,
that's part of flying when you're learning how to do the pattern.
it already seen the dirt a few times before Stuart got it, but yeah, it's a good flying airplane for how much abuse it's had.
Yes, yes, yes. I have a tutor as well. I have to make a new aluminum motor plate, but it was given to me, and that was also a test bed that had all kind of engines on it. So
Yeah.
I'm just glad that I still have these planes that I can take them out and fly. Let me welcome Naomi. Hey, Naomi, how you doing? And I see Lynn is
Yeah,
here too. And I know you
we-
guys wish you guys were at Brodax, right?
Well,
Yep.
yeah, actually, right now I'm not even home. I'm in Nova Scotia.
Okay.
I'm at home.
Oh, that's how you're.
I left him at home and I went on vacation.
Very nice. Hey, well, I really appreciate you tuning in. That is awesome. You guys could have been doing FaceTime and not even dealing with the show. I thank you. Appreciate you guys doing that. That is awesome.
Well, just before I left, we went out to the beam field and I was flying my little baby Ringmaster. It's a built-up Ringmaster with a Brodak 049 on it. It flies really, really good. And I'm really like, I'm able to, like, it's capable of doing a full stunt pattern. It doesn't have the fuel capacity because it only has a small little tank on it. But I've seen Len do a full stunt pattern with it using like more than one tank of fuel.
Wow.
Now, for me, I'm able to do a lot of stuff with it. Right now I'm working on trying to get more comfortable with getting in and out of inverted. So I can get it in, I can get it over and fly it inverted. Part I'm struggling with right now is getting it back from inverted. So I'm still working on that, but I learned a few things that, like, for one thing, Lem was explaining to me that when you try to come out of inverted, like, I don't know, sometimes I get confused because when you're inverted, the controls are reversed.
That's right.
Right. So I go to give it down to bring it back around and it starts doing an outside loop. And then instead of trying to just fly out level, I was waiting until it got like back down to the bottom of the loop. And then, so when I tried to pull out, I was actually just continuing doing more outside loops. And I couldn't figure out how to level off, right? So I did a few outsides, not totally on purpose.
Well, that's good.
But I think the thing is I'm going to go back now, I think, to trying to do it with a 25 size airplane, either my Shark 402 or one of my other, have a couple of Ringmasters that I could use for that as well. Just because I find with the 049s, even though the Brodak 049 runs really, really nice and steady, it's not always easy to get a good needle setting on it. So it's either going a little too slow or a little too fast. And when you're on short lines, going too fast means you get dizzy because you're spinning around so fast that you can't, like, for me, like, especially flying inverted, I'm still getting used to that again, flying in the other direction. So it's like I'm going so fast around, it's like my head starts spinning, and then I can't even like think about, okay, what do I do now to get out of this, right?
Oh, that's a very precarious situation when you get disoriented like that. That's
but
tough.
I did find that we were using the cones, like we have these cones are, I guess, about, safety cones, just about like maybe a foot high.
Oh, I have
And
those. Yeah.
putting one at upwind and one at downwind. And I did find that that helped me a lot. And also, like when spinning, it's like at least now I have a visual reference to know, okay, this is where I want to start my maneuver. This is where I want to, you know, like
Right.
obviously everything is like the wing over, you're going to start upwind, but all the other stuff you want to start downwind, right? So I found that was very helpful, but I think I will go back to a 25 size. And if
That
I can
sounds
get my tutor finished, which is one of my projects I'm going to work on when I get back home, I just have to finish doping the fuselage. So we had been sort of waiting for some nicer weather,
right.
and then I just didn't want to get into it when I was getting ready for my trip. So that's my project for when I get home, is to get that done so I can use that for some stunt training as well, because it also will have a 25 size motor on it. And I have some really good LA25s that have been reworked by Tom Dixon. He
Oh,
makes some really, really, really
Yes.
nice spurs.
I've never had a Tom Dixon motor, but I hear nothing but good things about them. And Naomi, I appreciate you so much coming into our show, because I hope we can attract more women, you know, but for now, you're the first lady of our show. And we appreciate you immensely. And you have, you are really related to my friend that I'm helping learn to fly. That's Joe Mata, you know, so you're reaching people that maybe I can't reach, or maybe even Lynn can't reach, because we're, they think we're
too far ahead. We're too far along in this. We can't say what beginners feel because we don't know. We're not there anymore. And that's what the problem is.
This is
So
what I
what
say.
Joe or what Naomi have to offer is probably better for their group than what for our group type of thing.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially like, us at Advanced, we just want to just listen and soak up more.
It would almost be a good thing if they could have their own little forum where all the beginners could get on and just yak with each other to try and understand better where they're all at, because we don't relate. We're so far past that we just sit there and go, oh,
You've forgotten all the things that you had to learn to be able
the things
to
you
do
guys
this.
the things you guys are experiencing, we can't relate to because it was so far back there. We can't even find that in our minds anymore.
I mean, I learned how to fly inverted probably being, I don't know, 10, 12 years old. I mean, that's a long time ago. Trust me.
Exactly.
And a kid does not have any fear of flying. It's just so much fun.
Well, that's
you break one, you get another one.
Smoke a joint.
Yeah.
Well, luckily I have my repair service right over there.
Yes.
How about that, Lynn, your repair service?
Yes.
I'm the repair service. Naomi's repair service at your service.
Yeah.
But you know what I say, like, I really think I should go back to my Shark 402, because my term for it now is it's been pre-crashed. I already crashed it once at the Nats last year because it was so windy, and it was just like, I didn't start my inside loop far enough downwind, and there was no recovering from that.
Right.
And so now that it's been pre-crashed and repaired, I don't have to feel bad about crashing it anymore.
Right.
It's already
Yes, you will.
1 second. Excuse me 1 second. Hey, Sparky, you want me to email you the link? Is that the link's there? I don't know why you can't get it.
We got it.
He's in here with me.
Okay. All right, cool. Go ahead, Naima. I got a message on the chat box from Sparky to let us in. And I'm like, it's working. You guys found the link and you guys got in, right?
You wouldn't
It's
believe,
his computer.
you wouldn't believe how low the bandwidth is here.
Okay. All right, cool. Sorry, Naomi. Can you continue? I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine.
All right, cool.
I was basically done what I was saying. Like,
Naomi, why don't you get your repair service to just build you a new one? And then
once I'm finished
hey.
breaking the one I have, I am going to build another one, because the Shark 402 is an amazing
yeah, but you need
model.
a brand new one. You need a brand new one sitting there, so when you don't have to worry about this, because if you crash this one, you got
If
a
you
brand new one to go
saw how
to.
many planes I have already built,
Honey, if you saw
they're
my
lined,
basement,
they're literally
you know what
lined
I
up
mean.
waiting for me to fly them.
She has a
Okay.
bucket load of
Okay.
planes.
Wow,
She has
that's
2 Cardinals, 2 Twisters.
That's
Oh my
awesome,
God, it's
Naomi.
crazy.
Yeah,
Again,
I
I'm
have
coming to
almost
Canada. I
as
want to come
many
fly some of your
planes
fleet.
as Len. Almost.
wow, that's
But I have more different types of planes because I've flown events that he's never flown. Like I've flown carrier. Len's never flown carrier.
You need to
Wow.
educate him. That's fun too.
I have a question for you, Naomi. When you fly, can you feel the wind at your back? Can you feel it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I didn't know
Yeah.
if maybe you might want to have your hair up so you can feel it at the back of your neck.
I do
So-
have my hair up. What are
I
you
mean, when
talking-
you're flying, have it
I
You
up.
have a
always
ponytail
do.
usually. Yeah.
I always do because
Usually.
I hate having my hair in my face. I like to be able to see what I'm doing.
Go ahead, Phil, and welcome, Phil. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, man. Sparky's here with me. Let me tell you one. Today I was watching one of our illustrious members fly. And honest to goodness, I picked up 3 pieces of grass. You know, I just bent down, picked up some grass and dropped it to see where I was trying to tell him, because where he is definitely not downwind where he's trying to fly. So I picked up 3 pieces of grass, just reached out, grabbed some grass, held it up here and dropped it. I had 1 piece go directly to my left. I had 1 piece go directly in front of me, and 1 piece hit me in the nose.
Oh, wow.
Brodak has some screwy wind, man. I'm telling you.
Wow.
It's because of all the
Trees.
trees. It's because of all the
Yep.
trees around the
Swirls.
circles.
Well, I watched Dennis Adamison's airplane, and it's the Mo Best, and that is a good flying airplane. I didn't think, Dennis, I wouldn't have given you a nickel for that airplane 3 or 4 times during that flight. And Dennis is one of the best pilots I know. But that wind was nasty.
Wow.
Wow.
So did you fly, Phil? Or have you flown
Not
yet?
today. I fly Wednesday. Flying old time.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Very, very cool.
Right.
Sparky and I are judging tomorrow. And then Wednesday, I fly old time. He's flying classic tomorrow, but he's judging, what is it, N30?
Classic,
We're judging classic,
advanced.
advanced classic. I wish we could have got expert. There's fewer people in it, but we're flying advanced. But I'm telling you, it's the wind here is spooky this year. Len, you didn't miss nothing staying home this year, brother. Between the rain,
Well,
the
it's not
cold,
over yet. Yeah.
Between
Well,
the rain-
did you get a lot of rain today?
it drizzled a lot. It didn't really rain,
It was cold.
but it was cold.
Oh,
Man, we started out this
Same
morning
as
at-
here.
We started out at 68 degrees this morning, and this afternoon we're soaking wet and it's 65 degrees.
oh,
And I left my
no.
rain
Yeah.
jacket at home. I had them in my hand, and the terrorist jumped up in my lap. I was standing up. He jumped up in my lap. I dropped the jacket on the back of the couch to catch him and tell him I'd see him in a week. And went out the door and forgot to pick up the jacket. Now, how stupid do you think I feel?
And a Len.
Had them in my hands. Oh, me. Anyway,
Ah,
You did a Len.
yeah. I'm telling you what, left my sunglasses.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got here and thought, how dang dumb can you be? And I kept looking in the Mustang and looking in the Mustang, trying to figure where'd I put those jackets? And I couldn't find. I said, Vicky, I know I picked those jackets up. She said, I know you did because you put your rain jacket inside your jacket and folded it in half. I said, yeah, what the heck to do with it? So she gets back home and she calls me, found your jackets. They're on the back of the couch. Oh, crap. Oh, well, that's the way it goes.
Len, do you remember what year it was when we went to Brodax and it rained every single day?
The last, next to
Remember what
last
year
time I
that
went.
was.
I don't remember what
It
year
was awful.
Sucks
It was
about this
dreadful.
is that it didn't rain for the last 60 days, and the day
Yeah, exactly.
the day Brodak starts, it's raining.
Yeah, because I could see on your feed yesterday how brown the grass was, Sparky. It was burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Well, it'll be a soupy mess by the time we get out of there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Yeah.
Well, I
I know.
remember
bad- I
that
feel
year
bad
they
for
had to
Buzz.
put hay all over the place because it was just like,
Shower.
Yeah, man. I feel bad for Buzz because by the end of the week her yard's gonna be a mess.
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's used to it though, fortunately, and she handles it well.
Well, I saw her this morning and went and gave her a hug and said, "Thank you for having us, because I know this has got to be a nightmare." She says, "No, as long as y'all keep coming, we'll keep having it."
Well, that's
So,
good.
It's
I'm
awesome.
glad to hear it.
She's a very sweet lady.
Yeah,
Very
she
sweet lady.
definitely is a sweet lady, no doubt about it.
If you see
Yeah.
her, tell her we're sorry we couldn't make it this year. If you
They
see her
don't
again.
care. They don't care.
Sparky is
Thanks, Sparky.
Oh, you come in here for a little fun and fellowship, you get no respect at all. Oh,
You happen to have
everyone
a
made fun of.
you happen to
You
have
know.
a Brodak t-shirt? What does the new one look like? I'm just curious.
Well, I'll show it to you. It's here somewhere. Sparky's got one new hat. They're orange this year. Really
Make it-
pretty.
It's Reese's Pieces color.
Let's
It
see.
says it's Reese's Pieces colors.
Okay, I recognize that. Reese's Pieces.
You'll recognize this. It's bright green.
The green.
Bright green on orange.
Oh, okay, very
Nice.
cool.
Okay.
It's pretty.
Nice.
And look at
Thank
the
you,
hat.
Sparky.
And the hat's pretty too. Now I bought one today and I get a free one tomorrow.
Oh, that is
Look
Look
cool.
at that. That's very cool.
That's neat.
I bought one too. I got the hat.
Yeah, we each bought one, then we can both get them free tomorrow. Well, he's already got his.
Here's my one I bought, and
Nice.
then the one.
The one with the scrambled eggs is one to give us. But it's all right. Everything's cool. We're having a good time. Everybody seems to be having a good time. It's
That's awesome.
everybody makes the best of everything at Brodak because it's Brodak. It's a fun time.
Right.
You don't come to win here. I mean, you got Banjock and Gilbert and those guys win. We don't.
No, I told
Yeah,
him-
we've
I
all
told him, I
known
said,
each
"I'm not
other
gonna-"
forever.
I told him I didn't come to win. I came for the people and just to have some fun. That's what I came for.
Yeah, it's a
And
lot
it-
of fun. You know, I met Sparky the first time at Brodak's. That's where
Oh.
we actually met.
I'm sorry, Charles.
Yeah,
Lord, I'm telling
nobody warned you, huh?
you.
I met
I
Sparky the
remember
first
meeting
time at
Sparky
Brodak's
at
too.
Brodak's.
I can't remember
We
where
all
I
met
met him the
Sparky
first
at
time. I just
Brodak.
thought,
Yeah.
this guy's crazier than I am, but he sure builds a pretty airplane. Probably. And then I tell you what, I was in awe of his airplane. He had first time I met it, yeah, it was because he had the P-47. And I looked at that airplane and was just in awe of that thing. I said, my goodness, it looks like Billy's. Then I heard him start it and I said, that ain't Billy's. He had a 75 and Billy had a 61 and his. Trust me, they don't sound the same.
No, I don't think it would.
But I don't know. This thing sure. I'm glad I wasn't there when it went in because that would have made me absolutely sick.
My Thunderbolt paint job was stolen by Top Flight and used on a RC kit, RCR. Did you know
Wow.
No, I didn't know it.
that? Pissed me off.
I knew
Didn't
I'd
know
seen
that
it
either.
someplace else, but I didn't know where or what. I thought
They
it just
stole my paint scheme and put it on an ARF.
Wow, that's messed
Wow.
up. But that is that huge compliment, though.
Yeah, I
mentioned.
saw Sparky at the Nats and saw those P-47s, and I was in awe also.
Wow.
Yeah, he can build a beautiful airplane.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I tell you, he also, I mean, I can tell you from flying his Junar XL, not only can he build a nice airplane, but they fly really. I mean, it's one of the
Well, he's
best
not
flying
been crazy
planes.
enough to let me fly one yet, so I can't talk to you. But
One
I
of
ain't
the best
flying
flying
somebody else.
planes I can remember flying. If I flew a better airplane, I just don't remember. But
Well, I've watched his planes for years, and I haven't seen a dog yet.
I can't fly them, but they fly.
yeah, they definitely do. When I came back, I had such disdain for my own models. It was crazy. I did not like any of my airplanes after I came back. I had retrimmed them all because I was used to a plane flying at the Nats that could turn. And I didn't
Yeah.
recognize that my planes did not turn until I got back home and go, this thing is not turning.
I think if
I
I fly
retrimmed
somebody else,
everything.
I think if I fly somebody else's airplane, I'll probably just go around in circles. I'll be scared to do anything with it. Especially
Yeah,
when it is.
trust me, I was scared to do some maneuvers I did because his handle was set up for his plane. And actually he gave me a handle that wasn't set up for his plane. And so I just took a handle that I'm more accustomed to, and I readjusted my own handle that I brought.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, he brought the the big Continental, the little Continental, and the XL. He's redone the XL. I can't wait to get a good look at it because I loved it before, but it's even prettier now. But this big Continental, oh man. The boy can build an airplane.
Yeah, they look beautiful.
Wow.
No doubt about it. And let me welcome Howard. Hey, Howard, thanks for coming in. I know your camera's turned off now, but appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much.
Good to see you, Howard. I tell you what, it's been a week.
And let me see. We're all caught up right now. We have 16 concurrent viewers, 7 likes. There's no chat revenue. Please support us. Hit the super chat
Come on, deadbeat, support Charles.
and join the channel.
Deadbeats.
I'm doing it. I'm just doing $4.99. There's total of 3 tiers, and the lowest tier is $4.99. That's like
I
17.
might have to hand him
today.
some money before he leaves. I'll have to help him out, but I'm gonna make sure YouTube don't get half of it.
All right.
I'm a tight son of a gun. If I'm gonna give money, I want it to go where it's supposed to go.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. What happened to Howard? He disappeared. Howard,
He's
hope he
hiding.
come back. No, he's gone. It's only 6 of us.
He'll be back.
Yeah, maybe
He'll be back.
maybe he had a
Maybe his
glitch.
internet dropped or whatever.
Might have hit a button.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, Lynn, did you go flying? I remember Brad said you guys went flying. What did you fly, Lynn?
Yeah, we've been flying. We've been getting out, and I've been doing a little bit of flying, and I don't know how much Brad's been doing. I've been going out in the evenings from time to time and trying to get flights. That's all I'm doing, basically.
I was just talking
Got
about
my,
you today, Len.
Go ahead, Sparky.
I was just talking about you today and the Super Tiger 60 I sold you.
Yeah, some of it was even good.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna be starting to use some of those Super Tigers soon. I just got to get a few more airplanes built. We'll get them ready. We'll get them going. I
Yeah,
want to
'cause
put
we
one
don't
Super
have
Tiger.
enough.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, Naomi always
gave-
says we don't have
I
enough.
gave away an unobtainium propeller today, a 14.6.
Made me
Rev
sick.
Oh, you're killing
Made me
me,
sick.
Sparky. You're killing me.
Well, I'm using a
I got a-
16.45 rev up on my big Continental.
Wow,
I
16
got some rev up.
4.5.
Yeah,
Hmm.
11.6 EW on my little Continental.
Yeah, that's right.
I've got a
I
Bearcat.
got a couple of
coming.
those, not very many.
I've got
I got a few
Bearcat.
of the 14.6s from Windy, but I don't have too many of them left. I think I got 3 or 4.
I got a Bearcat coming with a Sato 72 in it. He's giving away the prop that I've been looking for years and can't find. I've gone to flea markets. I've gone to swap shops. I've gone everywhere. You can't find that prop.
You
Our
give
guys
me
actually-
the 600 for that airplane. I'll make sure you get a prop.
If I didn't already have one sitting on the bench at home, I'd probably do it because he's got Al's own. I mean, Al's the real molds for the fuselage.
And Al's muffler. And
Yeah, he's got a
and-
muffler. He's got a muffler that, I mean, this thing is a real muffler, no joke. Pipe comes in, goes all the way to the end, the chamber goes back, it starts over here and comes out the back of it. It's a real muffler. I would love to hear the 72 run with this thing on, just see what it sounds like.
Wow.
Sparky's got a $500,000 sitting there just in molds. I gave him some of them.
I'm telling you.
No, I'm talking about Al Rave's Bearcat molds. I got it, the original
Right.
molds from Al.
Wow, that's
He
amazing.
sent them to me. They weigh about 100 pounds and he sent it via FedEx. I bet it was $150 to send them, ship them to me.
My God, that's amazing.
That all started years ago. He asked me if I had any hot rock handles. And when as a kid, I flew with hot rocks, but they always shock you because the line goes through and touches
It
your
just goes
hand.
through the back. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. I
You got-
remember well.
You gotta put a copper wire on it, and, ground yourself or whatever. I said, yeah, I got a bunch. He said, how many you got? I said, I don't know, half dozen or so. Are they new? Yeah, they're new. What do you want for them? I said, nothing, just give me your address. And I sent it to him. Well, that kind gesture to Al he sent me all kinds of stuff. I mean, painting
That is
videos.
awesome.
I gave away a bunch of videos today from him.
Good stuff.
I got all his 18 masters for the Bearcat. build and his snaggle tooth and the critical mass. And then he sent me the molds with skins, the muffler, the engine. This is all free. I mean, he's, and
Wow.
I'm not giving it away. And I'm not giving.
Well, the reason he sent it to, yeah,
I'm
the
not
reason he
selling
sent it
just
to you-
anybody.
no, exactly.
I
That's
want
why we make
somebody's
sure
got to
you
be
get
able
the
to
stuff.
build it.
It's a
But
beautiful
also we get,
airplane.
guys give you stuff, Sparky, because they know you'll make sure it stays in good hands.
Yeah, they got to be able to build it. Now, there's a guy here that has a Bearcat #2 that's beautiful, and I'm trying to get him to buy it. And I offered another $100 off just so he would take it, but he don't want to take it, so the price is back to where it was. If you look on the forum, it started out at $750. I dropped it to $600. That's it. I'll take it back home, and somebody else can, get it.
If it goes back home with him, it's liable to come home with me next year or next time I see
Yeah, I'll put it
Sparky.
together.
Yeah, that'd be all right too.
Yeah,
That's a
really.
beauty.
The only
That's a-
mold of, the only mold of Wendy's that I still have is the landing gear mold. I have that. Because I thought I might make a few of those, but I'll see. I haven't decided. If not, I'll just pass it on to Sparky or whoever needs it or whatever.
Yeah,
I
wish
mean, it's a
somebody
good
would start
mold. I
making
mean,
boxes.
Wendy made piles of those and sold piles of them. So I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still
I got
have
a
that
super
one.
chats report here. Greg donated to the super chat $50. Thank you so much, Greg. I appreciate it immensely.
Now Charles can have a donut.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I think
I
you
want
guys
those
should
donuts
send him
also.
one straight from Brodex, FedEx it to him.
yes, you
Hey,
guys. Hey,
hey.
thank you so much. Keep them coming, though. We need more super chats.
The hot dogs and the donuts have doubled in price. They're up to $1.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
my God. I don't know. That's a high,
Today
that's
for
a high,
lunch,
those
I
are
had
high stakes.
2 hot dogs, 8 cookies. The lady couldn't. The cookies are $1 a piece. They're pretty good peanut butter cookies.
yeah.
So I had $2 worth. I just
You
kept
never
eating.
had cookies before.
You better put them away, or I'll just eat them all. And then I had a
Wow.
bag of Gorditos and
Doritos, yeah.
Gorditos
Oh,
and
Gorditos.
and a candy bar. That's what lunch was.
Health
I don't
food.
know what Gorditos are either, but whatever.
It's Melba toast and
Oh, yeah.
Melba toast and pretzels and little
Yeah.
breadsticks.
Wow.
I'm telling you
Good
one
stuff.
thing. It was.
You
a
guys are
fun
having way
day.
too much fun.
It was a fun day, but you had to be open minded enough to look for it because the weather was miserable.
Oh, terrible.
But it was still a fun day. I mean, you once you get a little age on you, you don't come to these things to try to win. You come to see your friends, and
Right.
that's what it is. It's just a big family reunion. But it was a lot
Exactly.
of fun.
We've all known each other a lot of years at this point.
Yeah. Joe Gilbert got to do advanced, I think. I don't know what he did today, but he was over there for 7 hours judging. 7.5 hours.
That is
I couldn't
brutal
believe
in profile. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And
Buddy,
it
I'm
rained.
staying in intermediate.
It
No, you're
rained.
not.
It rained.
No,
and
you're
they
not.
had to stay there. They had to sit there through all that rain and everything else and judge.
Hey,
I said,
next year
man,
it'll be 7 hours and 15 minutes if Brad comes.
oh Lord,
Overrun.
Lord. Hey, we had one today that overran and ran for 15 minutes.
Wow.
14 minutes and 30 seconds, I think is what he told me. He said, I almost ran 15 minutes, 14 minutes and 30 seconds. I said, a stunt run's supposed to be 5.5 minutes. He says, yeah, I know. Good grief. That thing must have been screaming.
That's almost enough for 3 patterns.
Yeah. I
Yes.
asked him, how many loops did you do? He said, none, there's too darn fast. Lordy.
Holy.
Poor
He
Brett
must
was
have
having
had
a
it
bad
leaned
day.
right out.
Yeah, Brett was having a bad day because he usually can set one just by the sound, but he missed today, evidently.
Gee,
So,
I can
So,
relate.
Lynn,
I
what
wonder
planes
how.
did you fly this week, Lynn?
I've been flying my little profile trick stick, the Tiyasaki spinoff. I've got it really trimmed out nice. It's flying good now.
Oh, very
and then
good.
yesterday it was windy as windy could be. So Brad and I went back there and I took an old Brodak Buster back and I was flying it in terrible wind just to see if I could get through a few patterns. We got through, didn't break it.
Very
Naomi
good.
wishes
Oh,
I would break
darn.
that airplane, but I didn't.
Turn this thing off.
Naomi hates that airplane.
Yeah, I
We
can
gotta do
tell.
it at 6 o'clock, man.
Tell.
No,
6 o'clock.
no, we got, if we're gonna eat breakfast on the way, we gotta get up earlier than that.
You got McDonald's around here?
I don't know.
Get some breakfast for you.
We took off this morning.
So anyways, hey, Lynn, I actually took out the Brodak Cardinal ARF. And I just kind of just checked the CG. I ended up putting on, the first time I had an ounce of tail weight on it underneath the stab.
Yep.
And now I'm
That should
down
be
to about an
close.
ounce and a half. And I
Okay.
lightened the front. I changed the landing gear. I took the stock aluminum gear off and put a carbon fiber gear and a Dubro sells these micro light wheels. So when I did
Know the
that,
ones, yeah.
now it's
They're good, yeah.
working really well. So
Those microlight wheels are the spoked ones, right?
yes,
The
yes.
plastic spoke ones. I
Right.
use them on almost all my airplanes now because they're so nice and light.
Yeah,
They're really good. The thin ones,
right.
they're just
Exactly.
like the aluminum ones that Sparky's using, but they're made of plastic and they work
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah, they are really nice. So I'm really
Light as
liking the
what
plane.
do you
It's
use,
working.
2.5 inch ones? Two and a half
Yes,
inch?
2.5 inch. Yeah,
Yeah,
2.5.
I've got those on all my newest airplanes. They're really
Yes.
good.
And I have a Scott Dinger tube muffler, so it's like an ounce and a 1.1 ounce. So it's a pretty light muffler. And a Zor 12.5 that I cut down to. First time I cut it down to 11 and 7/8, and now it's about 11 and 5/8. And
So how's it flying?
really nice. I mean, it comes on,
I'll bet.
it accelerates out of the triangle with that prop the way it's set up. And yeah, today, I mean, I was kind of looking at it, it was in my rack I have, and I saw that the elevator and the flap wasn't coming to neutral at the same time. So I fixed that. And I got to improve
Keep
the
trimming.
tank. Yeah, I am. But it's it looks like a matter of fact, I wonder if I can share a picture of it because it's actually a pretty nice looking Cardinal. Where do I have it hooked up yet on my phone here? Let me see here. I'll see if I can find it. It's nice looking. I get lots of compliments on it. So
It's a great airplane to get as much practice and trimming knowledge as you can from it because it's a really good airplane.
yeah, sure. I'm right now it's what I have to fly until I finish my other planes. If I come across it, I'll show you. It's pretty. But I have a message. I got a message on the forum from Wayne Rice, and I saw that you have a message. I haven't had a chance to respond to you. I just want you to know, Wayne, I appreciate you watching the show. I'm glad that you were learning a lot from. I think he called it the stunt school as well. And so thank you very much, Wayne Rice. And I will respond to his question was how to get in, I think, to the show. And you just got to go to the at the bench, which is right below in memory of our friends. It's posted there right now. Find that at the bench and then click on today's link and it'll bring you right in here, Wayne Rice. So if you're listening, and that's the quick and easy way to get in here. And
How that, Brad?
we have Patrick.
Oh, don't do that. It's contagious.
He says, what are your thoughts on other hobby grade products,
Sorry.
modern power plants like brushless motors and LiPo batteries? Well, they're good. I mean, I have an SV11 with a brushless motor, LiPo batteries, and works great, consistent, the same engine run every single time. It's a good way. It's another way to go. I mean, I still like. I mean, my LA46 on this Cardinal. I mean, it comes on and off so nice. I mean, it's a sound that just resonates with my heart. You know, the electrics don't have that, but the electrics give you a consistent motor run, and they are very powerful. And there's a lot of good things I can say about the electric. I like them both. I don't have a favorite yet. They're both good. They're different, like apples and oranges. I like both of them.
I haven't had a chance to fly enough electric yet to really, I've only flown, I flew somebody else's electric only like pretty much once. And I liked the way it flew. I found it was very, very smooth. And
True. Very
um,
smooth.
it definitely like it flew well, but I'd have to try it a few more times to really get a sense of, how I like it compared to flying glow, because I've flown much more glow than electric. Because like all
Oh,
of
you're muted,
motors are
Phil.
glow.
The biggest thing you like it, Naomi, is you don't have to putz with a needle valve. You push the button, walk out the handle, and you get the same run every time. The thing you won't like about it is it don't make enough noise.
Yeah,
just
it's
goes-
very quiet. That's
If
one
you
thing.
want to make noise with one of these things, you got to put a cheap propeller on it. It'll go when it goes through a corner, because otherwise it's just quiet. They're wonderful. But if you want to go practice and actually make your practice time count, get an electric, because every flight is just like the one before. If you get it to where it runs right every time.
Well, that could be an advantage, like, because as I was saying about the 049, like not being able to get a good needle setting is really sometimes very frustrating when you're trying to learn something, you can't get a good needle setting. Well, if it's going too slow, then I'm almost afraid to flip it inverted, because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get it back over if it's going too slow. And if it's going too fast, then like I said, I'm flying on short little lines. I'm getting dizzy because I'm spinning around so fast.
When you get an electric, everyone's the same. Just get it
Yeah.
right. Get Lynn to get it right. If you don't get it right, it's his fault. But once Lynn gets it right, it's the same every time. We got a guy that I fly with that last year was a decent intermediate. This year he's flying advanced and he's doing a good job. He's going to be a pain in my side by the end of the contest season if I ever get where I can fly again, because he's built a new plane, and that little electric has taken him a long way. He's really gotten good quick, because every flight's like the one before. It flies just right every time. It's that little plane that Dennis built last year and auctioned off, that little Mustang. He's flying the snot out of that thing. And I mean, he's really gotten good quick with that airplane.
Yeah.
So let Lynn argue with that needle valve, and you get you an electric, go fly, and you'll be whooping up on Lynn before long.
You'd be saying
You
that.
think I'm kidding, but watch. I mean, try it.
Well, right now, I think the thing is I've sort of taken a different approach, because I was trying to learn the beginner pattern, and then I started to think, and I thought, well, by the time I learn the beginner pattern, I might as well just learn the pattern, because the beginner pattern is not really easy to, like, when you have to do like horizontal eights and overhead eights and all this. I mean, I might as well just learn the pattern.
No,
Really,
learn the beginner pattern, because you're forgetting two things. The full pattern, you also have the hourglass, which has crashed more airplanes for me than any other maneuver. And you have the triangles, which that's another one that a lot of people have trouble with. I never did for some reason, but I tore up a lot of airplanes trying to learn the hourglass.
I think the thing is I'm trying to start off with just learning, like, for example, I can do wing overs, but I've never done a wing over and pulled out inverted.
Mhm.
And that would be like the first step of learning a reverse wing over and I'm trying to wrap my head around that, like doing a wing over and pulling out inverted instead of pulling out.
Instead of giving it up, just give it down at the end of it. That's right.
Yeah, just start high. Just go over your head and just start your pull out high, and then just keep getting it lower and lower and lower.
But I know, like, for example, when I'm trying to learn outsides, like I'm trying to learn to do my outsides from inverted, because that's the way you do them when you fly the the
Full
full
pattern,
pattern. You
yeah.
don't do them from up high, you do them
Right.
from inverted. And so like also when I'm flying my inside loop, I want to start learning to pull out inverted, because that would be the normal thing you would do
Yeah.
if you're flying a full stunt pattern instead of the beginner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you can
So-
learn.
The reason Naomi wants to learn the full stunt pattern too, and we've talked about this, is because she knows the full stunt pattern.
Oh,
She
if you
hasn't
know it.
flown it, but she knows it well. She can tell you every maneuver in order because she judges it all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, you're way ahead then.
Like
See,
I
this
can
is
do
the
it
thing.
with
You gotta understand, Naomi understands stunt enough to know the entire pattern.
Oh,
She just
okay, that's-
can't
that
fly it.
puts you
like
on a
I
different
can
level.
fly a shadow pattern without it, like just in my living room with a handle
With a
and
handle.
a laser pointer.
Well,
But
Naomi, see, that puts you way ahead because I still carry a cheat sheet. I have CRS and I admit it, I can't remember stuff. I used to could remember all this stuff, but it's gotten to the point now where I carry a cheat sheet. But if you
It's
can
hard.
remember, if you can learn, if you've already learned the whole pattern, then all you got to do is practice it. Tom Dixon told me years ago, 60% of flying is practice, but 40% of practice should be with an airplane. The other 60% should be in your mind. Close your eyes and
Right.
go through it and think about it. And I thought Tom had lost his mind.
Yeah.
Well, I've known Tom for, oh God, 40 years, better 40. I've been flying with Tom Blooper for 48 years. And I've known Tom Dixon for 47 of it. Because it'd been about 8 months, 6 to 8 months before I met Tom Dixon. And I'm telling you, if Tom Dixon tells you something, pay attention. I don't care how ludicrous it sounds at the time, pay attention. Because there's method to his madness.
well,
But
I've been to some of his work.
you got the hard part down. If you know what it looks like, just think about it and really think about which way do I move my hand for this maneuver, and how do I what should I be looking at? The intersections, the sizes, the bottoms, whatever, and then quit doubting yourself. Just go fly it. You'll get it.
Right, that's the one, the quit doubting yourself. That's the one right there. You hit it right on the
That
nail,
causes
Phil.
more
Just
crashes
give her.
than anything else because you start doing something. Oh, did I do that right? Well, while you're sitting there, the plane's still moving. Whap. Don't doubt yourself. Just go out and fly it and enjoy yourself. And quit worrying about, does it look just right? Just fly and have fun. This hobby is about the people, not the airplane and not the trophy. That trophy, you're going to take it home, throw it in the closet anyway, put it up somewhere, and you might show it off for a few months or even a year. But I've got trophies from when I was 16 racing, 14, racing motocross, go-karts, all that other crap. They're in boxes out in storage building. It don't mean nothing. The people's what matters. Come have fun with the people.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly.
The models are just a means to an end, and the end is having fun with a bunch of other people. But just go out and have fun. That's the real thing to it. As Bobby Hunt says, there's only one real hobby, spending money. But if you're going to spend this much money, let's have some fun with the other people.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Because we're all in it together. We're all doing the same darn thing.
that's it. That's it. Took me a long time to understand that because I was just like everybody else when they started out. I was after that trophy.
And it's true. The
I-
contests are about hanging out with your friends and having a great time.
Yeah,
Who
I
the
don't
heck
give a
cares
flip
about
about
the
the
damn
trophies
trophy?
anymore. Yeah, I don't
You
care
know,
about the
that
trophies
just-
anymore. I just want to have a good time.
No,
I tell you
I
what,
hear you,
I
Phil.
tell you what, just between you and me, while he's in the other room locked up, busy taking a shower, he's crazy. He's a lot of fun, but he's
You know
crazy.
that. We know
Man,
that.
I'm telling you, we've had a lot of fun today, and tomorrow's going to be. I'm judging with him tomorrow. Lord have mercy, those poor flyers don't know what they're in for. Oh me, Sparky and I always have a good time judging. It'd be the second or third time I've judged with him, and he's always fun. He's always a lot of fun.
That is good. So
That's awesome.
what are you flying later on this week, Phil?
I'm flying Wednesday, old time, but I'm doing it with a ringmaster, and I've got like 20 old time flights on this plane. So I'm gonna be in the bottom of the field, And I know it because I still can't do overheads. I can't even look up good yet. I'm not supposed to look up at all, according to doctor's orders, but I hope he's not watching because I'm going to try to fly. I'll probably fly them out here, but the shapes
Just don't
aren't
look
right.
at them. Just do them. You've done it
Yeah,
a
but-
1,000 times. You don't need to see them.
Yeah, the shapes aren't right and the
Don't
sizes
worry
aren't
about
right.
it. You
but
go, but there's a lot
I'm
of
just gonna go
guys
have
doing
fun.
overheads by feel.
Yeah, I'll be giggling harder than any of them.
There's a way to fix that, Bill.
Oh Lord, yeah, it's called practice.
No, when you get ready to go over the wing over, when you get right up to the top,
Yeah.
let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Forget you heard that, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Let's don't pay attention to that. Oh Lord, no, we'll have fun. I'm just out here to have fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I wish I hope I get there again because I had a
I hope
blast
you do
there.
too.
I had an absolute blast at Brodax. Absolute blast.
Because if I can get you to come, I get Vicky to come because she wants to go back to dinner with you. We had a blast last time. We enjoyed the heck out of that.
Yeah, I look forward to you coming out here. That'd be great.
We've already talking about another trip out there. We're gonna try to go from there north next time. Go and see some stuff. Come out and aggravate you for a day, and then go up and see. I got two nieces and a nephew in Vader. We're gonna go up there and see them.
I have a question here on the chat box.
Vallejo, not Vader,
Okay, Vallejo. Yeah, that's the little ways up there.
Yeah,
And to keep on going, you can go see Howard Rush and go fly
yeah.
on Circle One.
We teased about that last trip, and then remember the roads? 8 foot of snow? No, that was crazy.
Hey, Dennis,
Y'all have some weird
iPhone's
weather.
coming in. Who is this? Is this Dennis Sadamison or Dennis
It might
Nunez?
be he's in the hotel. He's here.
Let's see here.
Am I here?
You are here. Thank you for coming
You're
in.
here.
Right, Dennis.
Appreciate
Sorry,
it.
I'm
Awesome.
late, guys. I was sitting here waiting for the meeting, and the next thing I knew, the meeting had started an hour ago. So I kind of dozed
Guess
off.
somebody
there.
fell
Well, what
asleep.
can I say? That would be quite accurate. So yeah.
Yeah,
I know how that
you're
goes.
actually a thumbnail.
Anyhow,
You're a thumbnail, Dennis, on one of the videos. The one of Sparky's videos he did. You're the thumbnail, the avatar. When you see
All
the
right.
recommended view. So
all right. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
Sounds good. So how's everybody doing?
doing good. Doing good. We're hanging out, talking
Mhm.
about our favorite
Talking about
subject.
Brodax.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Who else from Brodak is there? I see Phil. Who else? You got anybody else?
Sparky's
in the shower.
All right. Great.
and you. So
But okay. Yeah,
I guess
it's
the rest
kind
of
of
them
a
decided to go to bed. I don't know.
yeah, something like that. So
Oh.
anyhow, yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna say goodnight because it's almost midnight where I am. So
all righty. Thank you so
pretty
much,
deep.
Naomi. I really appreciate you coming in. I'm
Yeah,
hoping
I'm
It's
sorry,
nice
I missed
seeing
back.
you guys.
everybody.
See you
I
later
get-
this week, Naomi.
Yeah, we'll see you when I get back home, Brad.
All righty.
Take care,
Maybe
Naomi.
you too,
Night,
Len.
sweetheart. Good night, sweetheart.
Good night.
All righty.
Right.
Night, sweetheart.
So wait a
Sleep
minute.
well.
Good night.
Awesome.
Almost midnight. Is she out east, Len?
Yeah, she's in Nova Scotia visiting her daughter and her granddaughter.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fabulous.
okay.
So and that is another time zone then. So
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, she is. She's looking a little tired at this moment. She's been up a
Yes. Yeah.
long time today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
She
we
said
had-
she was going to try and surprise us and come on, and she did. She's been
Yeah,
on here
that's-
for
I
quite
was-
a while.
yes.
I'm
That was great.
surprised.
Yeah. Let me
Mhm.
welcome John Miller. Hey, John. I see you have your veterans cap on. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it immensely.
Gotta have it
Yeah.
on. Well,
Hey, Sam.
Hey,
again,
hey, Phil, how many Pathfinders you think we saw today?
At least 4. At
Four.
least
Heck,
4.
I was thinking it's closer to a dozen. They seem to be
Well,
all over the
If
place.
you counted, I'm just talking on our side of the field. If you counted the other side, probably is a dozen here. There probably is a
What's
They
dozen.
are all over the place.
It's
Tell
like,
them
It's
it's
like
he's
the
a
like,
lot
John
of
Miller
an idiot.
Invitational, you know.
Tell them about the
Did you-
ringmaster. I thought Sparky needed to fly it one time.
I was thinking about buying it, that big one.
There was a ringmaster here with a 120 on it. And it
Yeah,
looked like the motor wasn't big enough for the airplane.
6-foot wing.
yeah.
6-foot wingspan.
Jesus Murphy.
I saw that ringmaster when I was there in 2016.
Oh no, this isn't the same one. This is half again bigger.
Yeah, this
With
one is
120
very
Now
big.
that was a 90. Wasn't that a 90 on that one?
I
Yeah.
think so.
An 80. It
I've
had
seen
an
it in
80. The
hundreds,
one
but
I
the
saw
one
had an
today had a
80.
120 on it.
This
Yeah.
was really
Wow.
well built.
This one was really, really pretty, but he
Yes,
wanted
it
to sell
was. It is.
$250. But y'all seen the lead outs. It looked like cables.
Mhm.
I think this thing would pull me off my feet, so I didn't buy it.
Boat anchor cables on the end coming out, eh?
No, that's
And I'm
about
telling you,
it.
this thing was huge. It looked like that other one, but it was half again as big. I think the same guy built it.
Huge.
I think the same guy built it, but this one was huge. I said, "Are you going to try to up this one?" No, I think this one's big enough. So, I'm telling you, I wish I'd taken a picture of it, but I didn't.
He said it was for,
Yeah, he sold it. He sold it.
okay, do
sold
you
it.
know what he was looking for it?
$250.
250?
The motor's worth that.
Everybody.
Well, my God, it had more.
It's unbelievable.
Wood in it than any. Half
Yeah,
a dozen
the model.
Stratas in it or something like that.
Yeah,
The wood's
Talk
worth
about
$250.
precious balsa. That was
Yeah.
a whole bunch of balsas. What that was. But,
You ain't kidding.
all right.
I bet. I mean, it was more than $250 worth of wood.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it don't take long
Exactly.
to get that much money in balsa these days. Wow.
The tail on this thing was like,
40 inches.
it's 40 inches on the tail, and it was like 12, 14 inches
Jesus
front
Murphy.
to back. It was huge.
And not to
Holy
mention how much
crap.
paint. Was it painted or was it covered with film?
It was painted. It was
That's
clear
a lot of
paint
money in
posted.
paint too.
You ain't kidding. But
I think it was
I looked
Imagine how
Clear
much
I was
dope-
polyspan or
honest,
something.
I don't think we could have got it in the van. If I thought we could got it in the van, I probably would have thought serious about buying it. Because it
God
was
damn.
well built.
Too.
Huh?
My concern was getting it home, so I didn't buy it.
Yeah, I didn't know how to get it home. So I'm riding with Larry. So
I'd have strapped it to the top of my van and flown home.
but I'm telling you,
That's
it was
about
big.
it.
It was big. I ain't
I
kidding.
got an 8-foot box trailer, and I got an airplane in it, but I don't think it would have fit in my trailer.
Holy
Wow, that is a huge.
It
plane.
was a huge plane. No kidding. They put it in a
crap. I'd
van.
love to see a
And it
picture
didn't
of it.
go in this way, and it didn't go in this way. It went in diagonal.
Wow.
Wow.
I am not kidding you. It went in diagonal. I could not believe that thing was so big.
Don't ever
But-
want that to go
Well,
in.
I have
I
another
wanted to
question
see.
in
I
the
want to
chat
see
box.
Dennis and Sparky take turns flying it, but I couldn't talk either one.
I
Into it.
would have thought about doing that, except the controls were so stiff.
Yeah. I
I
wanted
have a
Dan
question, you
Banjock to
guys,
fly
from
it.
the chat box. Let me get this question. Don't you think the difficulty of entering the hobby prevents people from joining?
The difficulty of entering.
Yeah, I think he means, tell us what you mean, Patrick. I'm assuming you mean having to build a plane and having to learn how to fly. I don't know. What tell me what
Where's the difficulty?
We I don't think there's anybody out here who wouldn't take time out to teach somebody, try to teach somebody to fly. That's not, or help them build one. I don't know too many people who haven't helped somebody build an airplane at this point.
That's
or
what we
give them
do here
airplanes.
too. And if they don't
Yeah.
have an airplane, we give them airplanes. We got
Well,
tons of them.
I've done that. I'm about fresh out now, but fresh out of ones I
I
can
wish
get
I
rid
could
of.
get
Give away.
fresh out.
Oh, y'all know
Brad,
Dan
Brad and I
Banjock,
got
right?
lots of planes, don't we, Brad?
You know Dan
Yep.
Banjock, right?
Yeah, Dan Banjock
Dan Banjock is flying a World War I type airplane. The 46, LA 46 is mounted in the front. The propeller is behind the wings. He made the shaft that runs that prop.
Oh,
And
that's
seeing him start this thing is a work of art. They flip it upside down. He flips it, sticks his hand there and flips that silly thing up and gets it started. Then they flip it over, just flipping it over. I thought they was going to kill each other. That darn prop's spinning. But then he flew the thing and put a pattern on it. I've been impressed with a few of his airplanes, but this one impressed me.
He's
So
got
just-
one
I'm
of
really
the
sorry,
twin
I
boom
missed that.
Mustangs, too.
He's got a F-82 Mustang, twin boom Mustang. And I'm telling you, this thing is something. Well, it's got a sound to it.
So the
New
engine is
Foxes?
pointed toward the back of the plane, or the engine's pointed toward the front?
The motor on Banjock's plane is pointing toward the rear.
Okay.
It's in the front and it's turned around. The muffler comes out the outboard side. It's upside down and it's pointed on the outboard side. So the shaft is running to the back. Then
Okay.
the propeller is behind the wing. So
Wow.
he's running, I guess he's running a pusher prop on it. He'd have to.
Yeah.
And the doggone thing just, it looks and sounds so good. It's ridiculous. It looks like it's a little heavy, but it was so impressive to see that plane fly. And the booms, there's two booms on this thing. It goes back to the elevator and they're like 3/8 or something by 8. I think they're hardwood of some sort. I'll have to take some pictures of it, try to put them on the
We're
internet.
getting up at 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so the alarm.
We're gonna have to get up in the morning and get going, so we're gonna have to get off here in a minute. But anyway, they
Good night, all.
it was impressive.
Good night,
It was
Sparky.
really impressive.
Good night,
Okay.
Sparky.
Thanks, Sparky.
You guys already taken your, Dennis, have you already taken your shower?
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go take mine here in a minute.
Yeah.
So,
In fact,
you
I'm
look-
at the rationalization that I'm gonna wait and take it in the morning, so I don't know what I'm doing, but,
I
you
understand
do realize
that.
we gotta be there at 7:45, right?
yeah. Yeah, well, I got up this morning at 6 and, usually, I've been in on these things, I usually, get up, put my batteries on charge and then go have breakfast. And come back. By the time I get back from breakfast, it's usually, batteries is usually, cooked. And this time, they got no breakfast here. So,
Yeah.
so I was going to make myself a coffee, except the little coffee maker in the room didn't work. So,
They're supposed to have that down front. Now, they told me that they do have coffee. We'll have coffee for us in the morning.
yeah, well, they
Hey,
didn't this
don't-
morning at, what time? I left about 6:30. I tried to get to the field, by 7 so I could get registered and stuff. So,
For some breakfast burritos.
I'm telling you what, it was,
Donald's.
there's been some craziness going on this time. But we'll hope for the best next year, But it's still fun. We're gonna have fun anyway. I ain't gonna let them take the red off my lollipop.
say that again? Not gonna let them take what?
I'm not gonna let them take the red off of my lollipop.
Oh
Yeah,
my
sure.
God, that's
I'm gonna have-
great. I never heard
I'm
that
gonna
one
have-
either.
I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun in spite of them.
That's good.
That's,
Gonna let
But
them
we
take
had
the
a-
red off my lollipop.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun today. It was fun just laughing at some of them. But I'm telling you what,
We-
y'all, Dennis did a heck of a job hanging on to an airplane.
Mhm.
I have flown in some rough air, but his agitation cycle was rough.
Oh, Kirby.
Yeah, I think that was it. It was agitation. It wasn't, definitely a cement mixer kind of thing or washer dryer washer kind of thing, but washing machine kind of thing. That was probably the worst turbulence I've ever flown in. I can't remember being in worse conditions than that.
Yeah, you and Buddy
And-
Mark be flying at the same time, and both of you. I was tickled to death with both of you because you both come down with airplanes in one piece. And there
Yeah,
was a couple
that's
times
it.
there I thought both of you had lost them.
Yeah,
Man.
I almost crashed in level flight, upright and inverted.
Yeah, when
Right.
it went about
Wow.
2 feet.
Yeah, the airplane was moving 2 to 3 feet at a time and, instantaneous. And, you're right out of the clear blue sky. And it was like, I actually adjusted, I had the level flight way to hell up. And it said, well, and then it said, well, yeah, there went that score, and it's like, let's put it this way. I got to the second flight. By the time I had done the inside round loops, I knew my score was going to be better. All right. No matter
Yeah.
what I did, it was already a better flight after 2 maneuvers. So,
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what
So
events
it's
did you
just
fly
crazy.
in today, Lynn?
What's that?
What events did you fly in, Lynn? I mean, Dennis Adamison.
I flew, profile expert, flew to Mo Best. So,
All right.
and
It's
I
a good
tell you
flying
what,
airplane.
That's right. It's a real good flyer, and everybody wants. Nobody likes my pink airplane and everything like that, but that pink airplane earned its man card today. All right, so
All right.
It did that.
that's
You
it.
just told me,
Yeah.
you just told me it's a transgender airplane.
That's
Ooh.
it. No. I would probably no. I would feed it to a no. Let's not get political. Let it go at that. I don't really care, but no, it's not a trainee. So, any rate, no, we
You
had.
guys remember any
Yep.
results?
I have some, but I don't know how. I just took a picture of the expert scoreboard.
Okay.
Anybody know how I can get there from the phone here?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Mike
Hey,
and
Mike,
Sammy, how you guys
Long time
doing?
no see.
We're good.
Let me
Huh.
stop
Thanks for coming in, Mike. I appreciate it because everyone's at Brodax. Need all the help I can get. So thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
Oh, no worries, man. No worries.
Man, your basement your garage looks like the hobby shop. Nice.
That's what what we're doing. Are you looking for scores, Dennis?
I got a picture of a scoreboard, and I'm trying to figure out how the hell to bring them up. You got access there? Anybody post anything?
Yeah, I got everything except what expert was because they weren't done. But I got all the winners. Chris Fretz posted profile today. I can tell you because to share it, I'd have to open my Facebook. But Bill Gray won beginner. Len Bechtold came in second in beginner. Alan Eshelman came in third. And then the other competitors were Ron Young and Wesley Smith, who is Will Davis's grandson. Profile intermediate was won by Leroy Polk. We know Leroy. We see him at a lot of stuff. Second place was Eric Keller. I don't know Eric. I don't think I've met him. And here's a big surprise. Angstrom Ebrens came in third in intermediate.
Very
Good
good.
for him.
Very good.
And he's a junior too. He won it. He was third overall, but he was the only junior in there. So he beat some grown-ups in there. So good for Angstrom. That's nice to see. Profile advanced was not finished.
Yeah, they had
A lot
like
of
20
entries.
entries in that. They had more
Wow.
entries in that than
21 that flew.
anything. Yeah.
Buddy Barbie was a
imagine?
516. Looks like George Waters is a 524. Carl Schaefer was 527. Kermit Payne 529. Jim Vigani 530. So it looks like of those second round scores that were posted, Vigani was in first place.
I think
Carl
he won.
Schaefer in second.
3 points covered the first 3 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it wasn't finished. Like I said, there was Dave Hallis's second score isn't posted. Alan Buck's second score. Bernie Shemansky's second score isn't posted. Al Ferraro's second score. Tom Smeltzer's second score. So that could have been anybody. Expert looks like they got the winners there. Joe Gilbert first.
All right.
Wow, that's a surprise.
Our own Dennis Admission in second.
All right, Dennis.
There you go, Dennis.
And John Paris took third.
Wow, very
All
good.
right.
And those
John Paris
3
took
guys earned
third.
it too.
Looks like John Saunders would have been fourth. And then Luca Alamoff came in fifth, it looks like. So,
Good.
and in, let's see, 52, 44, 35. I mean, 17 points between first and third in expert.
Wow.
Not much either.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Those
that's,
guys were amazing today.
I don't know.
Thanks, Mike.
Did you hear who won advance, Dennis, by the end of the day?
I did
or-
not. I did not. I knew they were finished, and I didn't get back over to the scoreboards. So
I think there's the three you mentioned, but there was 3 points different, 2.5 points actually.
Well, yeah,
First to
Pagani
third.
was strong there with a 530 and Kermit Payne right behind him, a half a point behind him. And just based on looking at the other scores that weren't posted, they would have had to have done really good to catch Pagani. So I think it's safe to say Jim Pagani probably won it. But who knows?
Cool.
I'm pretty sure. I'll tell you this much. Kermit Payne has improved more in a year than I would have believed. I fly with him and he has really come on strong. And that new plane he's flying is a
Trophy trainer.
trophy trainer, and it really flies well.
Yeah, he did a nice building job on it. And he's flying it well. It's he's only been flying it a couple of weeks too. So
Yeah, it only had 23 flights on it when he got it here. No, 21 flights on it when he got it here. So it was pretty neat.
Guys, I'm going to call it a night.
All right, thank you,
All right,
Brad.
I
Thank
think
you for
I'm gonna
coming in.
call
I
it.
Hey,
appreciate
Brad.
Hey,
I'm gonna go take
they're
a
missing
shower.
missing you, Brad. Brad and Lenny, this contest it just ain't as much fun without you here. So hopefully you get it back
We'll have
next
to
year.
try and do better next year. We'll see what we can
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been meaning to talk to you about that.
it.
Yeah.
do.
I have
I'm
a-
slipping or something, I
I
know.
have a comment in the chat box. Let me see here. Terry Mitchell says like, sent, and hello to everyone. Then he came in again and he said, hope you guys have an awesome time at Rodax. We're off to Bedford, Oregon this Saturday to fly with them guys yet there. And then Stephen Smith, this is to you, Dennis. He says, Dennis, you haven't flown at Booter Park lately. I think he's trying to compare the turbulent air there compared to what you experienced.
I haven't flown at Booter Park in a very long time, but I'll just say Brodak is a wonderful contest at a terrible flying site. How's that sound?
About right. That's it. I agree.
I mean, if you take a look, it's completely surrounded by trees. It's on hills and everything like that, and it wouldn't be your first pick as a flying site, certainly when any kind of weather starts blowing up. So,
But God, it's a lot of fun.
It is. And it was kind of fun this morning because we had a 3-hour delay for rain, which meant everybody was hanging out. You know, we were just hanging out with each other and chatting and everything like that, which was kind of cool actually. You know, the first day.
Oh, it was cool, all right.
Yeah, it was cold out too. But
No pun intended about the cool.
that's it. It was it was. So I don't know. The Nikki and Becky are selling food again, and they were kept busy. Ed, what's Ed's last name? I can't think of it. Phil, you know what I mean? You donated the pizza rolls. Ed,
No, I can't
I want
think of his name. West Virginia.
Yeah.
The guy from West Virginia, Charles.
Okay.
He's
Has
on
the
the
airport.
chat. Yeah.
He's on the chat.
Well, you know who I mean, but at any rate, he donated some pizza rolls and stuff like that to the ladies there, and they were selling those, and so you're able to, even though we didn't have breakfast at the hotel, we had a fair to Midland breakfast there at the field. So
That Ed Carlaw you talking about? Ed Carlaw?
no, not
Ed
Carlaw. It's it starts with M or Ed.
Well, how about Ed Wesky?
That won't sound
Well,
right
I
either.
can't remember. I can't remember his last name.
But anyways, thank you, Ed, for your donation.
Yeah.
I have another
So-
comment. Stephen Smith. He says the turbulence was so bad today. Mark Hughes quit after 2 flights, and I quit after 1.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I think that it was Al Rabe. I think he's covering up what he's saying. I think that was what Al Rabe saw about Booter once. I think that's what it is. I have a little covering up some of the words, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think he probably had to. I think as to summarize it, I think Al said words to the effect that he's never going back to Booter Park. I think that kind of sums.
Okay, yeah, I think that's all I have is SA, and that's probably what it is. SAID. I think I'm missing the ID. Yeah.
Mike, I want to hear about what's going on at Combat Central.
Looks like Mike's doing a repair.
I am. I'm repairing a carbon fiber trailing edge on a plane that Sammy had a hell of a match with in Detroit a few weeks ago. We're repairing stuff from that in our practice matches, but since Detroit 3 weeks ago, we've been out. We've had 16 flying sessions.
Wow.
Wow.
Sam's put up 150 practice flights in the last 21 days.
Wow.
And
Holy
we've flown about 40 matches as well. So he's got damn near 200 flights under his belt in the last month.
Getting ready for the Nats and the team trials, huh?
Yeah. Not to mention, I mean, obviously what we did in Detroit, we flew for 3 days in Detroit and we flew all the events there. So we had a good time. Got to hang out with Pat and Ivan, which was nice. They were very helpful to us, Len, and gave us a lot of
It's awesome.
good
to hear.
advice as far as F2D and stuff like that.
Wow, that's the guys you want to talk to.
Yeah, no, they were
They've
really
been right
good.
they've been near the top of it for a long time.
Yes, they have. But we've been breaking in our new Foras, our
Stuff.
10 new Foras, and then the 10 Cyclones that Ronnie just took to Henry's and replaced all the bearings in and did the head work on. So we've got 20 really fresh F2D motors, and we're in the process of test flying all of them and figuring out what's the best and what are the turds and, whatnot. Because they're not all the same, you can have the identical motors and some are great and some aren't so great. So
Right.
that's what we've been doing. And then of course, trimming airplanes. We're hanging all these motors on Samuel's new airplanes and test flying and trimming. So want to make sure he has enough weapons in his arsenal when we go to team trials.
How far away is that, the team trials, as far as days?
Well, it's the weekend before the Nats start. It's at Muncie.
All right.
So that'd be like July 7, 8, 9 or something like that, or 8, 9,
Yeah,
10, or
we've got to
What?
check in Thursday afternoon for the pilots meeting, and then team trials is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which Sunday is the kickoff for the Nats for beginner, intermediate, and pilots meeting and all that stuff. So we'll be there 2-3 days before you stunt guys get there.
Let me get this thing turned down.
Very cool. Let me welcome Caffeine. Hey, Caffeine, are you in an airplane? I mean, a real plane? Where are you at?
No, I'm on the train.
On the train.
I
Okay.
have I have a project outside the city, so I have to take the train. So it's
all right.
Very cool. Well, thank you
No
for coming
flying.
in, Caffeine. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Well, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I gotta go take a shower and turn it in.
All
Sparky's
right. Hey,
on
thanks so
leave.
much for coming in. I really appreciate it.
You
Good
guys
luck,
take
Phil.
care.
Have
Dennis,
a good
we'll
one.
see you in the morning. Yeah, we'll have a good one. Y'all be careful. We'll see you Friday.
Yes.
I hope we'll see
Yeah,
you
Friday
Friday
night.
Yeah, we'll see you Friday night. Take care, y'all.
All right. Take care, Phil.
Take care,
Yeah,
Phil.
you
See you
too.
in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Anyhow, yeah,
So,
we're having a good
Caffeine,
old
you
time.
haven't been doing any flying, is that what you said?
No, I haven't done any flying. I just did engine setting last Saturday, but yeah, I haven't tested and fly it, so we don't know yet.
All right. Well, work and taking care of your family comes. So.
Yep.
No problem. So I think I have here's a chat message from Old Control Line Pilot. And he's also a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you very much for supporting us. He says, light given. And he says, can't join you tonight, but have a good one. Thank you very much, Bob. Appreciate it.
So,
Yeah. So, John Miller, what you been up to, John?
Been a busy day today. Started out, took care of things I had to take care of this morning. Then I worked. I volunteered as a docent at the Great Basin Museum here. And I had the afternoon shift. Got off at 5 o'clock and went right over. Had a gig with the band at 5 o'clock. So I went right from work over to the band, and we played at a retirement home, and I had a good time. And then from there, we went and did another gig over at another retirement home. And I'll tell you what, I'm not used to that much standing. I had a great time, but it was, my old knees are really hurting me right now. So it wore on me. And to put this back in the model airplane, I hope I can get my knees strong enough to be able to put a flight now.
Yeah, I hope so too.
We'll probably figure something out. I've been working on getting the Raven up and ready, but I haven't been able to work on it for since last week. My grandson, step grandson, it was his 18th birthday and his high school graduation last Friday. Anyway, so I had to go to that. It took a whole dang day. And tomorrow, after a busy day tomorrow, I have to go to Salt Lake for a couple of appointments at the VA. So it won't be till Wednesday maybe that I'll have some free time.
Well, you better keep coming to the lake, and if you're going into Salt Lake tomorrow, John. Yeah.
You know the problem. You know the problem.
How you doing, Gordon? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
I've been working on that new wing for my Pathfinder profile.
How's it coming along?
I got all the trained edges spliced and leading edge.
Did you use the disc sander?
Pardon?
Did you use the disc sander?
For what?
To make your splices.
Well, I did for the ribs.
Okay.
And I also used it after I glued the plywood doublers for the landing gear on the ribs.
Yeah.
I used that to match up the rib.
That sounds good.
So this sander is a stationary tool, or it's a handheld disc sander you're using?
No, it's a stationary.
Okay.
It's got a belt drive on it plus a disc sander.
Okay.
It's
and Gordon, the report was made that there was at least a dozen Pathfinders flying at the Brodak thing.
You what?
Oh, crap. They're Pathfinders. They're all over the place today. So they'll probably be all over tomorrow.
Heroes right here.
Yeah, Brodak's, Gordon. They about a lot of Pathfinders are there at Brodak's.
Well, if they build them right, they'll be a great airplane.
Here he comes.
Well, there's a lot of nice flights today. So
call him again.
So he had.
Did you go to Brodak, Dennis?
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Oh,
so,
I see. Okay.
I flew a profile class today, so there are Pathfinders all over the place. So, let's see. In fact, when I left the field, John Paris and Jay Williams were getting a Pathfinder half A out to get trimmed out. So, all over the place. Just curious, how old is the Pathfinder half A? That's fairly recent, isn't it? Compared to the main one.
That's from the 90s.
My gosh, is it nostalgia legal? Nostalgia 30? That would have been
I think so.
1993.
Yeah, well, I think it came around, I guess 96 or 7, somewhere in there.
Oh, no, it's sooner than that, Gordy. It was shortly after. It was shortly after we did the full-size Pathfinder.
Yeah, that had been what, 91?
Yeah. So it was like 92, 93 that the half A version came out.
Yeah, well, that's when Brodak started getting it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had it built. We had them built here in Flying before then.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah, I've got one
Pathfinder
of those. I've got one of those, and I really like the way it flies. It really flies well. So
On a
seen
half
a lot of good ones. Yeah. Well,
It just
mine
has
is,
so many little parts in it, though.
yeah.
Dennis, is
So,
yours electric or IC?
yes, and mine's electric, of course.
Of
So
course. They seem to work well.
they do. They do.
Years ago down at Whittier Narrows, there's a guy made a twin half A
Mhm.
Pathfinder, and it flew really good.
I'll bet.
I was
I'll
very,
bet it did.
yeah, I was very impressed. So
Okay.
my problem I got now is my hands trying to make my fingers work. You know, they canceled my surgery on my shoulder,
Oh,
so my hands are going numb. So they said my A1C was elevated.
oh, geez.
So they rescheduled it. Hopefully it goes down before July.
Yeah.
But that's good old age for you.
That's it. Well, I've been playing the diabetes game for a few years here now, so I know exactly what you're going through.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I had neuropathy before I had the diabetes.
all right. Yeah. That,
Between the two,
getting old ain't for sissies.
No.
yeah, whoever said it's the golden years lied.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a comment from Brent Williams, another Utahn. He says Dale Smith here in Utah was flying the half A Pathfinder in early 90s.
That's true.
I seem to recall seeing it as early as 1994.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Carl
Well,
too.
What's his name? The pilot, the ex-pilot.
Bert Brokaw.
Bert Brokaw. He built there was a version before the one that is kitted by Brodak, and Brokaw came up with what wound up being the one that was kitted by Brodak. He made a few little changes in there, and
All right.
it really flew well.
Well,
So,
he got the one that Dale Smith, after Dale died,
yeah.
that was the one that Bert was flying.
Okay.
So it was the same airplane that Dale had built.
I thought he changed a few moments or something on there.
No, Dale built the very first one. You know, that was built just through conversation, like the big Pathfinder.
Yeah. Well, the half A wasn't built much longer or much after the big Pathfinder.
No.
It was within a year, I think.
Okay. I'll tie a bow on it here. It sounds like it would also be Nostalgia 30 legal. Isn't that a
I think it would be.
kicker?
Yeah. It is.
I don't know. I chickened out again, but I had a notion I was going to bring all my half A size planes to Brodak this year, and including the Pathfinder for profile. And I thought I got a Junior Nobler I could have flown in classic, and a Wee Duper Zilch for whole time. And I just picked one of those to fly it in Pampa. So
How long of lines are you using on your half-A Pathfinder?
I went 52s.
It's good.
Well, here's the thing too, is I've never put it on Spectra, and I know as soon as I do, it's going to be the best it ever flew. So
Yeah.
For sure.
and I got the Wee Duper Zilch. I only ever flew it on 012 steel cables, 50 feet long. So I put that on Spectre. It's going to be, what the heck? I'm a free flight, you know?
Yeah, right.
I can't believe that half-A, Dennis, on 50-foot lines.
Well, they're electric, so you take half-A with a grain of salt on that. So
Yeah.
Well,
they're
One I've got was flown on 42s or 44s.
yeah. Yeah, and I fly it on 52s and got no issues with, you know, any kind of line tension or anything like that. And of course, the airplane is so maneuverable and stuff. It's got lots. It feels like it's flying like it has a lot of sky under it, you know. So, well, for me, I think my favorite part of it when I built mine was the fact that it has a full size control system in it, the 3-inch bell crank and stuff like that. Which on a half-A, that's a huge improvement. That means you can fly it with normal handles and everything else. So
Right.
I had a special handle. It was super light, and you could adjust it while you're in flight.
Yeah, I've flown it out a couple of them. I think I was using one of the RSM, the Larry Ranger handle, one of those, and I haven't got around to it, but I was going to fly with one of the little SIG plastic handles because it's got about the right line spread and it doesn't weigh anything. So
yeah,
I have one of those set up with a cable with a cable in it, and using, well, I don't know if I'd use with Spectra, if I could use it or not. I would never put a clamp screw to hold the Spectra in place, but you get the idea. Just I think a lightweight handle would matter on that. So, but I've also flown it with like a Rayco, their copy of the, that's the wooden copy of the Easy Just, the Hot Rock, and that's plenty. It's a fine handle for a half-A. So,
have you ever flown that half-A in competition?
no, I haven't. That's why I wanted to do it. So
yeah, I've seen a couple flying that would, if you can get past the bias,
Well, you can't get past the bias. I wouldn't even try. It was just, all right, I'm just going to go fly this and enjoy it or not. So the airplane will certainly would hold up its end of the bargain. So
yeah,
it would have had, I think the thing that's kind of scared me would be a day like today would have been absolutely horrible for that airplane. I don't know if it could have flown, but I don't know. The second round was a lot better. We probably could have flown it then, but the first round, I mean, even a big airplane was literally getting the crap kicked out of it. So
I've been there for the second round.
yeah. Well, you take a look at Joe Gilbert. You want to look at his score from first to second round. He got he got caught in some of the stuff I gave to. He had a 507, I think, in the first round, and a 552 second round. All right.
I tried looking for it in the fridge.
yeah.
That's and that all of those difference was a difference in the weather conditions from morning to afternoon. So
Right.
What was he flying, Dennis?
he had a real pretty semi-scale Mustang. Don't know whose design it is. It's not Hutchinson. It's not. I don't know. I think Tim Stagg might have designed it. I'm not sure.
I was gonna say that. That's what I was gonna say. Tim Stagg, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay. You know the airplane. Yeah, but it's a
I know
real,
the
real
airplane.
pretty
The blue and
airplane.
silver one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Flies.
yeah, that's
And
the
of
one.
course, Joe flies it really well.
Yes, he does.
And so that was real. So.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Tim Stagg.
Mhm.
Nice
But
airplane.
I have to see if I can. I don't have a computer with me. All right, I didn't take enough pictures today. I'm gonna have to take some pictures. Maybe I can send them to Charles or something like that. Maybe he can get them converted and posted.
Yeah, do that.
All right.
Hey, I got something control line related, and Denny, what made me think of it was you talking about the small gray hot rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we went to the hobby shop this week. Sam's really getting into 3D flying,
Right.
and this is his new 3D aerobatic RC airplane.
Nice.
It's called
Nice.
an Erratics.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we went there to pick that up, and our local hobby shop always has a big junk table, like swap meet stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I showed up the other day, and this tub was full of control line handles.
Great.
And since you mentioned it, we got
All
the
right.
small
Yeah.
gray,
A great
right?
one. You hardly see that.
The hot rock. Got a big red one.
Right.
Got another big red one.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I really bought the box is because it had an Aldrich combat handle in there,
Oh wow, nice.
Cool.
right? We love these. I got 3 of these, so that makes 4. Then, well, this is kind of garbage, but a very old school
Reel?
line reel.
Oh
There
yeah.
was 3 sets of lines in there, but they were all garbage.
Mm-hmm.
I'll save the best for last. There's a complete
Wow.
really
Wow.
All
really,
right.
yeah.
not even broken. Well, I said I'd save the best for last. This isn't the last. From what I'm told, this is a Bob Hunt handle,
Oh
It
yeah.
is.
It is.
right? From CSC,
Right.
True Just. I'm sorry, it
Mhm.
goes that way. That's up, that's down.
Yep.
Very nice.
In-flight adjustable.
In-flight adjustable with the knob. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that whole box of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, there's another Easy Just, but it's wooden. It's a wooden Easy Just,
Mm-hmm.
which I think predates the plastic. Dan McEntee wants that one, so that's in the pile for the Nats. I'm gonna give that to somebody to give to Dan at the Nats. So there was 4, 5, 6, 7 handles. $10 for the whole box
Wow, that's
Oh, geez.
off the junk table. $10.
It's awesome.
That's great. That is just great, Mike.
I don't know. Go ahead, Dennis.
I was just going to say, wooden Easy Just. The ones I've seen were made afterwards, like the Rayco handles and stuff. Those are modern and everything. So, are you saying Easy Just made a handle in wood before they made
Yeah.
it in plastic?
Yeah.
Yep.
Here, I'll show it to you.
I've never seen one of those. So,
Have I?
got
It's
it.
gonna be neat.
I got McEntee's name on it. I got a pile for the Nats over there of stuff I'm giving to people and delivering to the Nats. So I got to label it all. But there it is, man. That is
I'll be darned.
that is a
That is
wooden
amazing.
Easy Just, man. Can you believe that?
Let's see how
But
they
it's
did
the
the back.
same.
Yeah. Wow.
It's got all the same elements as the plastic one with the
The
slot
same
and
elements
the
as the plastic
yeah.
one. Same thing, and yeah, same logo in the gold font.
That
Same
looks
font.
like that looks like it's the big handle.
It
right?
is. It's the big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the big one. It's the big one.
Okay.
If you compare it to that one. But I had, I posted my score on our site, and a lot of people started trying. And Dan McEntee was like, "Hey, man, I really dig that old wooden one, man. I'll restore that, you know. Well, actually what I said was, I got all this stuff at the local hobby shop for $10 and I'm going to get rich on eBay, right? Smiley, smiley, smiley.
Right.
Just joking. And I'm not intending to sell any of this. I'm basically, anyone who was commenting on it, if they wanted it, I'm giving it to them. You know, they can just have it. I only bought it for this. I'm keeping that. And then Will Davis says I should absolutely hold on to that because that's
Yeah.
a rare
Yeah, if you
handle.
don't hold on to that, I would take it off your hands, but,
Well, maybe we can do some horse trading, Dennis.
yeah,
It's
we'll
$15,
see.
Dennis.
How
Hey,
much?
Brian, thanks for coming in.
Oh, Ryan's in there now. But
Okay.
yeah. Oh, and there was a really weird. I wish I had it to show you, but I already mailed it off to a guy this morning. There was a fox needle in there, and some people had commented on it, but it was a tapered needle, and it had a little ball on the end of it.
Seen
It
that.
wasn't like the combat needles with the butterfly on it.
Well, it wasn't a
those have
butterfly.
kind of a-
It was like a ball.
Huh.
It was really weird looking, and people thought it might have been a Fox 40 needle. I said, no, it's too small to be a 40, because the 40s generally had a pretty stout thread on them. They're, you know, they were pretty girthy. And a few people came in and said it was either a 35 combat or a Wildcat version of a 36X needle, but it was brand new in the package. And some guy, he was like, hey man, I need one of those. I was like, give me your address. I'll send it to you for free, man. You know,
Cool.
so I shipped it off to a guy in, where did I send that? I sent it to a guy in Ohio this afternoon. But weird,
Sounds
it's just
good.
weird going into my hobby shop here in Nashville and finding a box full of control line handles.
That is weird. That's weird. Any hobby shop, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he said, you know, the guy that runs a hobby shop, he gets people that like just bring in boxes of stuff from
Because
deceased
people
family
clearing out their
members.
basements and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Because I was like, who brought this stuff in? Who are these guys? Who's flying control line in Nashville? He's like, man, I don't know. Some lady brought it in and she had 2 boxes full of, there was a bunch of
Those are
RC stuff in
dads.
there too, you know, just
Exactly.
different stuff. Yeah, like you said, Len, people cleaning out their basements, finding their
Yeah,
grandpa's.
exactly. It's her dad's or her grandpa's from 60, 70 years ago, and it's sitting down in the basement in a box. What do I do with this? Well, it's hobby stuff. Take it to the
I
hobby
tell you,
shop.
for the guy to have an alder channel and a hunt handle,
A hunt handle.
Wow.
He was serious.
he probably at the time, you know, and you know, maybe he started with this, who knows, but do you really? I'm not even gonna mess with that.
No, find a
No.
collector for that one.
I used to fly half ace with the really.
Did
Oh
you?
boy.
Yeah, I traded them off for a set of lines and an easy just handle. Best trade I ever made.
I got.
I'll tell you what, man. I got a couple of hot rocks here, an old line spool. I'll trade for a carbon fiber Paul Walker handle any day, man. It's let's.
I
let's
bet
do
you
some-
would.
Thing is, knowing Mike, he'll probably find somebody that'll make the trade.
No, I'm not trying to do anything with any of this stuff. I'm giving it to people that are going to use it.
You run across so many deals, Mike. That's what I'm trying to say. Good deals. You keep your eyes open. You keep
Hey.
your ear to the ground. You know, you find stuff.
Uh-oh, my internet's jacked up.
Yeah, you're still coming through clear.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Now he's not.
Now he froze up.
I think he froze up there. Yeah.
Let's see if we can.
Oh, here you are. His mic's back.
Am I back?
You
You're
back.
back.
You're back.
You're back. Mike is back. I have a
Hang
comment
out.
I should have read a few minutes ago, more than a few minutes ago. Brent Williams, he just said that Dale Smith did build 2 half-A Pathfinders. The larger version became the Brodak kit, had a TD on it, and the second one was much smaller and had a reed valve Baby B. The smaller plane
Yep.
was silver and green.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Stephen Smith, he asked Mike, either Mark Hughes or myself can pick up the handle at the Nats and bring it back to Dan. And I asked him which handle, and he said the wooden Easy Just he's talking about.
Yeah, the one that Mike just said he had earmarked for Dan McEntee. So yeah, but I'm sure Steve can get it back, or Sparky for that matter. I'll bet. So
You know who I can absolutely bet you will have a wooden Easy Just like that? E. Hill.
yeah, I'd bet. I wouldn't bet against it.
He's got probably the cheaper handle collection in the country right now.
But anyways, let me welcome Tryon. So Tryon, what you been up to? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Hey, how you doing?
We're good.
So actually, I can share something here.
All right, cool.
Let's see. Can I do that?
Hey, Gary, wake up, Gary.
I'm half awake, I guess.
Good.
Just checking your eyelids
On a
for
quarter.
light.
Checking.
Yeah.
So we haven't been that boring because I was able to wake you up. So good.
All right. So here you go.
Hey,
So-
your son is building? All right.
No,
Nothing doing.
no, that's a friend of our family.
Oh, well, that's great.
And yeah. And so what happened when I went to the triple a while ago, we had them coming us to our place to visit, and he was very excited to see my planes and stuff like that. So he wants to build one, and I went to Triple Tree after that. And at the Triple Tree in the raffle, I won a Spirit of Saginaw
Oh, nice.
Oh, sure.
kit. Yeah, it was a Brodak kit, right?
Right.
So I was thinking like might be a little bit too advanced for the first build or something like that, but he seemed to be interested and excited and stuff like that, and so
Awesome.
we decided to build this kit. I mean, I took it to send it to Romania, or we build it together with this gentleman here, right?
Wow.
Well, that looks like a happy kid, right?
I know,
there.
man.
He
Dimples
looks like,
and all.
Looks
That
like you
guy
made a
is so
great
happy.
choice.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
has no fun whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
So
Good job,
this is
Tryon.
where this is where we first started, and as you can see, like as a simple construction rods, and we went to Home Depot and grabbed a couple of steel rods, 5/16 steel rods, which the kit is designed for, and we threw the ribs over there and just started to build the kit and start to build the wings. And since we're gonna do a conversion, we would like to finish the wings and the tails and semi-finish the fuselage before we decide where we put the motor battery and stuff like that. So have the balance kind of close to what we want to have.
Mhm.
And so our major focus right now is just on a horizontal horizontal and the wing.
Mhm.
And we started the wing because the rods were too short from Home Depot, like 4 feet, and the wing is a little bit over 4 feet. And we kind of had to work around the problem, right?
Yeah.
So here we're just building one half of the wing here, and obviously just classic stuff,
Mhm.
nothing fancy.
Oh, wow. Saw your son there
And,
for a second.
Yeah. And what happened is the leading edge on the sheeting on that kit is too short. So
Really?
yeah, It's about half an inch too short, actually. So it's
Really? That's weird.
3 inch wide instead of 3.5, and so right now we had to scramble, and I had to dig into my bag of tricks right there to figure out what to do. So and the wood was kind of hard in addition to that. So we call it a day at that point. We basically had like the trailing edge, the main spars, done, and everything except for the leading edge. So I put all the wood that I had for the leading edge in a bathtub and got it all wet and stuff like that. So and I used the actual wing as a mold. So as you can see here, this is the wet balsa wood,
Right.
but I used the rubber bands around to grab it and just form it around the leading edge. So that's pretty much how things continue after that. Just having fun, and he loves to do stuff. He likes to get in there and put his stuff and just glue stuff.
That's terrific.
Yeah, as any young kid, he wants to do it faster, but I'm trying to slow him down. Hey, hit the brakes, make sure you put your glue in there, you careful and stuff like that. He's cutting some stuff over here on my cutting board. This is actually later on into the build where we're actually gluing the sheeting on. All normal stuff, right? And as you can see from this picture, it's like it's missing a bunch of the balsa that would otherwise go in a spar, right? It's like it's almost like 3/8 of an inch missing in there.
Oh yeah, I see it.
We actually ended up putting like the main spar is kind of long and wide, but we overlapped like a 1/16 of an inch on that's all we could, and we have on a leading edge another 1/16 of an inch. So I tried to keep it like in one piece and kind of bridge it across a little bit. And yeah, this is actually after we did some more work, but I'm not sure if you can see it clear. Do you see that black line in there?
Yeah, is that carbon fiber?
Yeah. So actually, because we had like about 3/8 of an inch worth of space in here, we patched it up. So we kind of spliced it with another piece of balsa wood, and we put some carbon fiber, which was sandwiched in between these two pieces. So it's the spar, carbon fiber, and a 1/16 on top of it. And the 1/16 also ties into the leading edge at the same time.
I like those binder clips that you did, Tryon. That's pretty creative. I never thought of using binder clips.
Well, he gets the job done. I
know that's just a neat idea.
Yeah. So at this point, this is the on the leading edge, because we have like a 3/16 by 3/16 square rod, right? Square balsa stick, and we just want maybe just a 1/16 over it just to have something to glue on, right? Again, we are just fighting the fact that the sheeting was just too narrow to begin with. So I decided to, I was thinking like, hey, I can probably cut a piece of like a 1/16 balsa and just patch it up over there. And as you blend it in, you sand off the leading edge, everything is gonna be blended in. And and then I said, you know what, it's too much to worry about. Besides, I have a lot of super glue in there already, and super glue with balsa wood, they're really not making good friends, right? Sometimes when you use thin super glue and you glue two pieces together, and then use thin super glue again to glue a third piece, it just doesn't like to be as good as normal. So I had some epoxy light, and So we decided to fill in the gap over there in a leading edge with that air epoxy light, which is it's just a small area. And I said, like, if you have like a, you know, you have the piece glued on top of the leading edge, and I fill this area with the air box light, I'm gonna sand most of it off anyways, and whatever is left over in there is gonna make a nice fillet, as well as glue in and tie in the leading edge to the. Anyways, so that's pretty much the story of this project. I think was lacking a little bit. The quality. Myself, I would prefer like a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch square on the leading edge. Have more footprint to have stuff in there, and it's easier to shape and have. It's just better than a 1/32. Because of structural things, like when you glue it like that and you start to blending in and just sand off stuff, there's not much left if you have a 3/16 in there. So,
Been 1/8.
but anyways, like long story short, like the when we did the carbon fiber, we went from one side crossing over the other side as much as we could. Then we start from the other side crossing over to the other side, so that my carbon fiber sheets are like this on top of each other. And then in addition to that, we put another patch on it. So like 3 layers in there on the center, just really, really strong joint. And that's as far as we are so far. Yeah. But the you know, long story short, just like I'm excited about this project. I'm excited about, you know, having him coming over and have like 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times, spend a
That's
couple
great.
of hours. And
That's great. He's gonna always remember you for that.
Absolutely. That's quality time trying. That's great work.
That is awesome. So what are you
Yeah.
gonna use for power? It's gonna be electric or IC?
well, for a beginner, I went electric just for the simplicity of things. It's a lot less to worry about motor run. It's a lot less to worry about what fuel you're using, what, you know, all the stuff that comes with the internal combustion. I don't say internal combustion is wrong or anything like that. Everybody likes their own thing, right?
Right.
But for a beginner to go electric is just the easiest thing. The downfall of that is that, well, if you smash it hard enough, it can catch on fire. So you have to balance it out. But knowing how trouble-free and easy to use is to like that, I think I'm eliminating a huge factor over there. And I'm gonna train him personally to, you know, from the get-go and just give him good, proper training
Right.
from day one. And hopefully he's, you know, gonna avoid, obviously might be some crashes, some mini crashes, hopefully not big ones, but anyways, the kit has some downfalls in it anyways, because it's a tricycle landing gear and it's a jet-like looking plane, right? So, but if you look at the design of the tricycle landing gear that they are promoting for this plane, right? It's kind of weak, in my opinion. Actually, if you look at this picture here, look at the top left corner. You can see where it starts. It's one of the ribs, and the problem with it is that there's no reinforcement here. It's like wherever the block that holds the landing gear is like a wood block with a cutout slot in it, right? And the only thing that holds it together is basically the glue joint on this 1/16 plywood right here, right? And I find that a little bit weak. I might have to add some triangular pieces of balsa in there to make sure this is reinforced and locked in. I might even go with some unidirectional carbon fiber to make sure it's nice and rigid, because as a beginner, you're going to have some harder landings, right? So it's just normal. and I don't want him to have a failing plane because of that.
Right.
So I do have some carbon fiber sheet plate, which is a half a millimeter or something like that. So I'm thinking about just cutting the shape over here and just tie it up on the on the ribs that goes between the spars, the top and the lower spar. So it's gonna slide in between them, glue over there, so it's got nice and rock solid, right? And then tie into the landing gear itself. Yeah, I'm thinking about some modifications, right? Another problem is that if you look at the piece of wire that they give you as it goes inside the wing, it's long enough, but it's not reaching a proper place because it's not. It should have been longer, about by a quarter of an inch. So let me see. I'm gonna close this up. I'm gonna stop the sharing here.
All right.
Anyways, and you can see here the carbon fiber and stuff like that, right?
Yes, yes.
And also you can see this is the wingtip here. You can see it extending. We have some extra stuff. We have to cut this stuff off, right?
Okay.
Anyways, those what the pictures are about, right? Anyways, that's my boy when he was young.
Oh, very cool. You have a picture of the Saginaw? I don't think I've ever seen a Saginaw.
Sure you have.
It's a very pretty plane. It imitates the one of those Air Force jet trainer planes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was built by a gentleman named Dick Piscini, who was being coached by Jack Sheeks. And it's actually a profile version of an airplane Jack flew at the Nats in 1969. Like Tryon says, it's a sort of a Phantom kind of look to it. Very sleek. Had jet pods on the sides, a nice stiff fuselage because of that.
How do you spell
So,
Saginaw? I'm at the Brodak website. How do you spell Saginaw?
It's Miss Saginaw.
How do you spell that?
SAGINAW.
SAGIW?
No,
You're breaking up.
SAGINAW.
Okay. Let me see if I can find it.
Should be able to find it in contemporary stunt.
Okay, I see it now.
That's Saginaw, Michigan, man. Miss Saginaw.
That's right.
All right, let me share this. Let me share this for our audience in case they're curious. Whoops.
Saginaw, Michigan.
So that's what it looks like, audience.
Zoom in on that.
Say it again.
Can you zoom in on that?
Let me see if I can make it bigger. I can't even see it. So for some reason I have a hard time seeing what I share. Let me see here. Maybe I can just do it this way. Is that bigger? That's too big.
Yep.
Too big.
Big. Back down.
It's coming.
Good.
Don't stop.
Price is still the same size though.
There we go. All right. I'm going to stop sharing. Everybody can see that?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, it's kind of cool looking. Jet style. Very cool. Thank you very much.
You want to know who drew the plans?
Let me guess. John Miller?
Bingo.
All right. Well, thank you, John. Appreciate that.
Soon to be a new cha-ching. So
Yeah.
Very good.
Hey, Gordo.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are looking at a bunch of paint jobs on how to paint it and stuff like that. And we try to get some inspiration. Since it's like a tricycle landing gear and it's a jet plane, stuff like that, we started to look through some actual jet plane paint jobs. And we have a cool paint job that we kind of ending up doing. I'm not sure. Let me see if you guys can see this. I tried to pick something that's not too complicated, it's doable, and it's more user friendly. So this is our first. I don't know. Let me see. Can you guys see this?
Oh, that's cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, I like that. Make it big here. Come on, mouse. Here we go. Make you big. There you are. Oh, that's cool.
So
That
this was
is.
one of them, but this is yellow on the bottom. I'm not sure if the
That's good there. Yeah, right there. That's good.
so it's black and white, and that's with yellow on the bottom. That's one of them that
Very
we're trying
cool.
to do. But then I saw something else that was also very, very cool. Let me see it. Yep, this one. And I decided to go this one because it's just simply it's easy to do.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's an F5.
So this is very easy to transpose on the plane because that's like a white on the wings, and actually there's another plane exactly like this on color red. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went with the red version of it.
Very cool.
So we're gonna have white wings with the red elevator. Everything that you see on the fuselage here is gonna be transposed as a. There you go.
Oh, nice. There we go. That looks good there. Good.
So everything you see on the
Some
fuselage is
actual-
going to be transposed on the fuselage of the plane, basically.
That's the F-20 Tiger Shark. That's the aggressive aircraft that they use in training Top Gun.
Yes. Yeah. And this is also very similar with the shape of the fuselage because you can see the.
Yeah, it's very similar to the Spirit of Saginaw.
Yeah, because this has these things on the side, right, for like the jetting decks and stuff like that, and the whole shape is kind of matching, including the rudder.
Yep.
So can technically take everything from here and just put it right on.
Yeah, that would make a real nice, striking setup. You're going to make it red where it's black.
Yep, it's going to be red where it's blue. Yes, exactly.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
it does.
So I was thinking like it's just super simple because it's just white. We're gonna use monocoat, white monocoat on the wings, blue monocoat over there, paint the rest of it, and should be just fairly, kind of straightforward.
Good, simple, bold like that.
Yeah, and it's easy for like somebody that does it for the first time. I mean, there's no sense in complicating and stuff like that.
That's
So
true.
yeah.
Good point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, just it's easy to cover a wing in plain white. I mean, just easy. And then we can put some marker. With the marker, we can put some panel lines on the wing and put the name and put a cool name on the wings and stuff like that. And that's gonna look beautiful. So technically, the wings are gonna be white with the blue wing tips. Just the very last bit of it. The whole elevator is gonna be just plain blue. Easy to do. Fuselage, everything is just a straight taping, masking, stuff like that. Just paint it on. Try to keep it as simple, look nice, but as simple as possible.
Well, that'd be a fantastic first plane for that kid.
That'd be
Sure
great.
would.
I have a comment from Marcel Legrand. He goes, "It looks like a Pathfinder."
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm going to bail out on you here. I'm
Hey, thank you,
falling
Dennis. I
asleep in the
appreciate
middle of
you
this,
coming
so
in, man. I know you have to get up
it's
and
fun.
being here,
house
Dennis.
meeting.
We were talking about it today. Everybody wanted to see if they would join in. So I was I guess I was expecting more of us, so, but what the heck, you got some of us. So.
Yes, thank you so much, Dennis. Really appreciate it.
And we'll try to be back on Friday.
All right.
So,
Hey, absolutely. Hey, thank you everybody for coming in. I
Good luck,
really
Dennis.
appreciate it.
Good
With a
luck.
lot of people missing in action, that
Yeah.
Brodak's having fun. I didn't know who was going to show up, so thank you. I appreciate everybody who came in and really helped the show. I'm going to end the live stream, and actually I'm going to end the things. Unless someone wants to stay up because I'm tired. But
I am too.
I want to thank everybody for coming in, and we'll be back Friday. Hopefully you have a chance to watch some of the events that are being live streamed by Sparky. And if you liked it, if you like the videos he's producing, please support it with some super chats or go on the Stunthangar forum and contribute there, which would be better if you go to the forum. That way you don't have to wait a month to get the money. But until then, fair winds and tight lines.